Hello again. If I'm posting this video, it means that this worked. This is a recipe for stuffed butternut squash. This is actually a vegetable. Technically, it's a fruit, but it's a vegetable that I really did not like as a child. But when I learned about how nutritious it is, I decided to give it a go. So let's go. I've already taken the ends off and I'm going to cut into them like so. They're very difficult to cut into, and then take the insides out. This part doesn't have any inside, so this is how it's going to be. I scrub the outside just to make sure that I avoid any unwanted part of this. So this is how hard it is to cut, and I think I'm almost there. So there you go. This is what it looks like inside. So I'm going to clean it out and then season it and put it in the oven. Okay, so this is the inside that I'm going to get out. The seeds, we actually use the seeds to make soup where we come from, egusi soup. The inside of this is the egusi seeds, I believe, and we use this to make a soup, the famous egusi soup, which I might try on this channel one of these days. Anyway, so this is me cleaning out the inside of the butternut squash. This is the part that I'm going to stuff. So let's do this. I'm going to wash these off. So here we are, it's all cleaned up. So I have 4 pieces of the butternut squash. So I'm going to use this to roast the butternut squash. To season this, so inside here I have half a teaspoon of oil, I have some thyme, some rosemary, a little bit of garlic, some ginger, and some salt. That's what I have in here. So I'm going to apply this to the butternut before I put it in the oven. Let me grab a pair of gloves. So here we are. I'm going to apply the seasoning to the inside of the squash and then to these parts as well, even though I'm not going to stuff them, but you know, they're part of the fruit or vegetable. So this is the squash and it's all seasoned, and I'm going to put this on a foil tray and cover it with some foil, and it will go into my preheated oven. The oven is heated to 375 degrees, and I'm going to leave this in there for about an hour or an hour and a quarter, and we will then stuff it. Okay, so here's my foil tray, and I'm going to place these pieces in here nicely like so. I hope you can see. So they're all in here. To put a little bit of my Aromat to add more flavor to it. Okay, so it's going to go into the oven for about an hour and a quarter. I'm going to prepare the stuffing. The stuffing is really going to be mainly vegetables, some kale, some onions, and some peppers, and I will saute them and get them ready for when the squash is ready. I will see you in a moment. So the stuffing includes some onions, peppers, and a courgette. Now you can use any vegetables that you have. The only vegetable that I wouldn't add to this would be carrots, because of the fact that the squash itself is a source of beta carotene, which is also found in carrots. I mean, if you want to add carrots, you can by all means, but I don't usually do that. I'm going to go ahead and blanch the kale in order to get rid of the excess water and also to make sure that it stays green for as long as possible. Let's saute the vegetables. I have my pan on the stove, and again I'm going to use 2 tablespoonfuls of oil. My name is IJ and this is Wellness with IJ. I'm going to go ahead and add the onions. This is basically a vegetarian dish, but if you wanted to add some meat, you can certainly do that. You can add any meat that you like, chicken, beef, and shrimp even, if you prefer that. So we're going to add some Aromat just to get a bit of flavor. Some Habaneros, red peppers, cube of we need the kale to stay as green as possible for as long as possible. So I think we're getting the results that we want. And I'm just going to add the onion rings. And it's done. So once the squash is baked, we will stop the squash. So this is what it looks like now. It's nice and brown and toasted. And I'm going to go ahead and stuff it with the vegetables that I made earlier on. And before I do that, I'm going to scoop out the flesh from the skin like so. You can see how soft and fleshy and soft it is. I'm going to show you real quick. So this is what it looks like before I put the vegetables in it. So I'm going to stuff it like so. Stuffed butternut squash, stuffed with vegetables. I'm going to taste it for you. This is great. Holiday. I'm going to attach a playlist of my other recipes that you can enjoy that are healthy, low in fat, high in protein. And until then, goodbye.